Shalom. Call Lo Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Barakatham to the hopeful elect. Just came across this article here on Zero Hedge. This is pretty much gonna be like a Mark of the Beast update. Alright. Banks and the digital dollar. And I'm just gonna get right into it. It says paper money is going away in the very near future. Sooner than you realize, paper money will be replaced by a digital USD. Money is already digital. Your bank and brokerage accounts are book entries in a digital database. These book entries are claims that can be exchanged for paper money or paper stock certificates. Governments, including the US government, will be mandating the exchange of all paper money for its digital upgrade. Why and when will this happen? More importantly, what implications does it have for investing? All right, I'm not going to focus on the making investments and whatnot, because ultimately, well, I'm gonna read it here in the article. This is something that they want to roll out within like the next 5-10 years, and we're not gonna be here that long. All right, so this is why they try to get people to invest and pretty much get what they can out of people now, because this is um you know they're talking about damn, I forgot what it was. But basically, the mark of the beast, they were talking about plans for something. Um, and again, I forgot what it was, but they want to do it by January of next year, 2021. All right. And I've been saying this recently, 2021, man, and it could very well be the year we get out of here. All right. Things are rapidly moving quickly at a very fast pace. All right. But nevertheless, Agenda 21. All right. Year 2021, it's looking like the year that they want to start doing a lot of these things and rolling these things out. So reading on, it says regarding the when, it's going to happen soon, very soon, within 7 or 10 years. So see, again, we're not gonna be here another 5 years. All right. Um, Paper money will be history and not legal tender anymore. China is already testing a digital RMB. So our leading nation is well behind its competitor, and once China rolls out its digital RMB in 2023, our government will spearhead the rollout of our USD version. In reality, China is already fully digital, as well as Sweden and other places. Nobody in China uses cash anymore, and credit cards are a very small piece of their market. Chinese people use Alipay and other digital payment mechanisms on their phone. And eventually, all right, it's all going to be in the form of that chip eventually. Americans say that can't happen here. We value our privacy. That's ridiculous. If you buy, which it is, it's the pride of these Americans, these Babylonians, right? This is why people can't, average Joe, man, they can't see, because they have no visions. They can't see these prophecies that clearly, or light clearly, the mark of the beast being an RFID chip. And again, this is why people, mass majority of them, they're going to take it. Nevertheless, that's ridiculous. If you buy with the debit or credit card, your grocery store knows when you buy broccoli, and they know your brand of ice cream. If you have a smartphone, your phone company knows where you are at all times. And yes, they sell that location data to hundreds of companies who pay for it. This location data is stripped of identifying records, rendering the data blind and safe. Most people inherently understand this, but what they don't know is that basic algorithms can then figure out exactly who you are, even based on this blind data. My friends at MIT get blind mobile phone data, merge it with other databases, and after they run it through algorithms, they know mostly everything about you, including your locations. This is why they have a damn camera everywhere in every corner. All right. They want to know where everyone's at. What's everyone doing? What's everyone thinking? All right. It's no coincidence, you can be having a conversation about pizza, then you look on your phone, there's advertisements about pizza, right? Or you might joke around with one of your friends about going to Puerto Rico, then all of a sudden you start seeing ads about cheap flight tickets. But nevertheless, it says in 2020, if you used a smartphone and a credit card, they know everything about you. In fact, most Americans choose to have very little privacy at all. Okay, because these dumb Americans, these Babylonians, they're just willingly giving up their privacy, and then they're crying out, "Oh, that can never happen here." It says Google knows when you are at your girlfriend's house, and they know what gifts you buy her in most of your favorite topics. This makes the digital dollar an easy sell for the government, and this is why, again, a lot of people are just going to willingly give in and take that mark. All right, because pretty much everything is about convenience, and everything is geared towards convenience. And again, once they roll out these chips, all right, it's just going to be all convenience in one. All right, you're going to have everything, all your data, everything, all your information is going to be in that chip. You're not going to have to pull out a wallet or anything. Everything's going to be in that chip. All you're going to have to do is swipe, or in a lot of places, all you're going to have to do is walk through a scan or something, because the chip, taken anywhere in your body, all right, you've accepted it. So some places, it might have it to where, you just scan your hand, or, some places, other places, you just, since you already have the chip in you, you just walk through the little, walk through a scanner or something, walk through a metal detector or something. So yeah, walking into a liquor store, you don't have to show ID. It's going to be on your chip. All your information is going to be in the chip. It says try taking away free Gmail, smartphones, and credit cards, and see the voters scream. People don't want privacy. Later this decade, once the digital dollar is in place, the government can finally implement policy more effectively. All right. It's, again, as I said in the beginning. All right. Or did it say? Or did I just jump the gun? Maybe I jumped the gun. Oh no. It says government, because in the beginning here, it says governments, including the U.S. government, will be mandating the exchange for all paper money for its digital upgrade. So again, they're going to mandate this through their policy. All right, Daniel's 8:25. Let me get that real quick before I continue. And it's going to be through their policy. All right, their draconian measures. This is how they're going to be able to put certain people to death if you refuse to take that chip, which I'm gonna get that. Daniel's 8:25. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. But the point being, is through their policy, they're gonna be able to pretty much establish their new world order. All right, and this chip, all right, it's a part of it. All right, because again, they didn't say anything about being voluntary. They said they were going to mandate this, which we know, even if they did make it voluntary, eventually they're going to mandate it. It's just going to be something you have to take, regardless. And this is why, if you don't take it, it's a possibility you could be put to death. You could be jailed, fined heavily, or ultimately just be put to death. Because the scriptures do talk about how certain of the elect, the men of the Lord, they're going to die martyrs. They're going to say, the hell with that chip, and they're going to die martyrs. They're going to be martyred for not taking that chip. So, where was I at? It says, for example, right now, the main way that the government prints money is to buy bonds in the open market and hope that banks will lend the money. The lent money is the increase in the money supply. This system has contributed to the wealth gap, and it has also led to a lot of leverage in the system. Furthermore, the Fed has tried to spur inflation with no luck. This is why they keep pumping money into the environment, because they're trying to crash the dollar. They're trying to devalue it on purpose. But from what I read, it appears that that's not really working to their liking. Like I said, these prophecies are jumping off the book. I've been saying lately about how the vaccination, all right, they might just skip the vaccination to go straight to chipping people. Things are moving so quickly. All right. It says, furthermore, the Fed has tried to spur inflation with no luck. Why? The Fed really can't make the banks lend under the current system. The digital dollar can cure some of these issues because the government, if it's smart, will retain the right to manufacture digital dollars, thus bypassing the banks. So you see, because again, ultimately it's about complete control. So, pretty much the banks, they won't need to use these banks. They just, control everything themselves for the most part. The feds are sick of trying to make the banks lend, then regulating them because they are over-levered. It's a faulty system, and it is likely to be replaced by digital created money supply, which can then be sent out to the people directly. This will enable universal basic income, all right, models to proliferate, and it will finally be easy enough for the government to make inflation go higher when they want. And again, this is something that everyone's going to have. All the nations are going to have. All right. Universal basic income. All right. It says it will also wreak havoc on the underground economy, specifically drugs and tax evasion. With the digital dollar, everything will be traced and taxed, and tax evasion will drop substantially. And on another note, again, because Esau, they want complete control. All right. So, they want to completely do away with the dollar, a recall of all dollars, right? All paper money, right? All coins, right? Because also, people, they, do little side hustles and stuff like that. But, if paper money is obsolete, then, then you'd really be in a position to where you have to, get down with this new world order and take this chip. All right. So Esau, man, they know what they're doing, man. All right. Because even if you get the, do a little side hustle, but you got the chip, man, they still in control. They still, can track your money and stuff like that. See, when you do a little side hustle and stuff like that, working on the table and stuff, for the most part, Esau, they can't track that money, They pretty much, they don't have control. And again, it's all about control, complete control. This is the point of the whole mark of the beast. The point of the chips is for complete control. It says giving the government more power over the money supply. Disintermediating the banks will eventually be very inflationary. It could also be negative for the dollar exchange rate, but ultimately, all governments will go this way, so the FX rate implications are unclear at this juncture. What is likely that an aging workforce will get UBI payments, or universal basic income payments. In an inflation-first environment, the government will try to inflate away the massive debt obligations, and they are likely to be successful. In 10 or 15 years, again, we don't have another 10 or 15 years. So this is why they're trying to, get people to invest, store up, ahead of time. They're trying to get what they can out of people now. It says in 10 or 15 years, we will see massive inflation on the order of the 1970s or even worse. The Fed is on record saying they want inflation, and the politicians and public are addicted to the stimulus. So it's print until we finally get sustained inflation. So you see, again, this is why I tell people, man, you're printing all this money, pushing all this money into society. Eventually that you're bound for hyperinflation. All right. you're bound for the dollar to collapse, which is what they want ultimately. How can one position themselves in this environment? Um, Actually, that might have been all. Like I said, I don't want to get into the investment part. Um, I'll read this part. It says, if the government retains the right to print and distribute digital dollars, banks in the fractional reserve system won't be necessary. Right, exactly. There won't be no need for the banks because the governments or the elites, all right, they all have complete control. It's quite possible that quite possible the next bank debacle will be significantly worse than 2008. So be wary of investing in banks later in the decade. Right now, bank investors are waiting for higher interest rates, which could add to profitability. Unfortunately, if rates were really to rise a significant amount, property values, collateral values would fall, wiping out huge portions of bank equity. Bank investors should be careful of what they wish for. In my view, bank investing is difficult if rates stay low and also difficult if rates rise. Keep time horizon shorter. Shorter to medium term in any bank investments. Okay, that's it on that. Yeah, so that was it. So again, and again, on another note, they push for this for the next couple of years, next 5, 10, 20 years, because, again, they're trying to get you, well, for one, Esau think that they're going to be here forever, for one. All right, but again, they're trying to, um, get the people, invested, so they can just get more money, man, basically. Get more out of the people. But like I said, um, damn, I forgot what it was. But they're trying to roll out with this chip. It's starting in January. All right. Um, so again, because we're not gonna be here another 5, 10, 15 years. So this is something that's definitely, because he even said in the beginning, this is something to expect sooner than soon. All right. So this is again, this is digital dollar, man. It's right around the corner. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the precept and end it off there, man. And Revelations 13. Because again, this is gonna be the way of doing everything. All right, digital transaction. All right, everything's gonna be on that chip. I mean, if you don't have that chip, man, you won't be able to buy or sell, which I'm about to read. Revelations 13, and I'll start at verse 15 to get the point. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay, because again, like I read earlier, Daniel's 8:25. All right, they're gonna make this into law. All right, and that's gonna pretty much give them the power. If you don't have this chip, if you don't take this chip, they can put you to death. They could, and again, it's written certain of the men, certain of the prophets, they're gonna be beheaded. Because 144,000 man and the elect, the 1/3, they're not going to take that chip. They're not going to take this mark. All right. But nevertheless, verse 16, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads or in any part of your body. All right. It's just more than likely, this is the most common places it's going to be taken is the hand and your head. It's just be the most common places. Because like I said, you can go into establishment with, as long as you have that chip in you, all right, you might, they just might have these, machines that you just walk through. It'll detect that you got the mark. Verse 16 or verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you see, because again, this is something that they're going to mandate. They're going to have a recall of all paper dollars, no more physical money, no more coins. Everything's going to be, based off this chip. You got to get this chip. If you want to buy, you want to sell, you want to conduct business, you want to be a functioning member of society, you have to have this chip. Or you can't, you'll be looked down upon. You'll be considered an outcast. All right, which scriptures do talk about, being pilgrims, because again, the elect and the 1/3, they're not going to take it. All right. So Again, it's just a little Market Beast update. Digital dollar, man, it's coming. And it's gonna be in the form of that chip. So with that, give all credit to Yahweh Shem Shai, double honors to the apostles and others of great millstone. Till next time, shalom.